You're watching Radioactive Interviews right here on YouTube. My name is Victoria. With me right now, I got Zaid. How are you doing?
I'm good, Victoria. How's everything going with you?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited to have you on the show today. And I just want to start off by talking about your show that you did here in Saskatoon last week at the Coors Event Center. How cool is it to finally be able to play in front of a crowd and just with your solo project?
It was epic. It is everything that I vision in my head always. Like since I released my solo project, I launched my solo project like in middle of the pandemic, right? So for me to go out and promote my music by doing live music wasn't even an option. So fine, and throughout the year, like I've been like imagining, okay, if I go up on the stage, what song I want to start with, what I want to do, what kind of things I want to do to engage with the audience. And I've been imagining this for such a long time. It feels like, you just went there, I just like dump everything down. I'm like, I'm just gonna give everything. And I remember like on like in first couple songs I already like, holy cow, like I'm putting in everything in, like my energy level is like off the roof. I feel like I took maybe like five ice cap or something. I drink five ice cap, like I'm a sugar high or something. I don't know, I have no idea where that energy came from. It was amazing. And the production was so good. It automatically gave you the energy to get out, and obviously the audiences are awesome, like everybody that showed up. That was a great thing.
And just, yeah, like from start to finish, just how much fun was the show?
Yeah, so we started the show. I actually did. Here's the thing. There's first thing for everything in this show. Like this is the most amazing thing. For the first time ever, I did a meet and greet. I have a fan. I believe he is 9 years old. I believe he's a young kid, and he is like a crazy fan of my music. Like he messages me, like comments on every post I do. Like he's crazy about it. And like over the years, like I built like a good relationship, good friendship with him, his family, and like everybody knows me very well. So I'm like, you know what, this is a great chance of like giving back to my fan, who has been with me since the beginning. So I had my first VIP meet and greet. That was the insane thing. I'm like, oh my god, like I can now see how much work it goes for bigger bands. Like we're talking about 10, 20, 30 people for those big bands, right? I'm here like one person, and I'm trying to like make sure the sound check is done, make sure that they are coming in on time, make sure that we're taking pictures, we're doing this. It was crazy, but it worked out pretty well. So that was my first time doing the meet and greet. So that was an amazing experience. I just edited a video that we filmed throughout that meet and greet, and gonna be posting it pretty soon, in next couple days or in a week, I guess. We'll be posting that, and it will be up on YouTube. It was amazing. um, Otherwise, the other thing that I wanted to do through my music, like my music kind of touches the mental health aspect a lot. So
Yeah.
I wanted to do something about it since the day one when Coors Event asked me what I want to, like, if I want to play or not. I had this idea, but I never knew how to do it. Good thing that I'm surrounded myself with really amazing people. My wife, my best friend, they're in me. They are like my partner in this operation, in this business, and they were so amazing. Like they gave me this idea that, what, why don't we do a raffle draw and try to reach out to different business. And that was another again first time reaching out to business. And I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to businesses, and everybody's gonna be like, who is this dude? Like where he's coming from? Like I would have never heard of him. So I still messaged everybody left and right, Regina, Saskatoon, everywhere I can get. And we got four business, two from Regina, Tallgrass Apparel, and Dandy's Ice Cream. They ended up donating gift cards. Then from Saskatoon, we got Old Spaghetti Factory, and then from Outlook, I got Riverview Aesthetic by Destiny. So these are the four businesses, local businesses that came in and saying like, hey, you know what? Yeah, we will donate something for your show, and in return, we don't want anything from you. You are supporting a great cause, because the 100% proceed from the raffle went to Canadian Mental Health Association. So that was like, again, first time doing a raffle on a show. I didn't knew how many people will be there, had no clue. I just jumped into it. It turned out pretty good. We collected $180, and I rounded up to $200 and donated to Canadian Mental Health, and that's actually the Saskatoon branch. So that's how I did it. And with that, it also gave me the idea that, you know what, moving forward, as I start playing in different locations, different cities and towns, I want to kind of start doing this more and more and more. Like if I go out to Calgary and I'm playing in Calgary, I want to do this similar kind of thing. If I'm like headlining, obviously, if I'm headlining,
Yeah.
that's how it's going to happen. If my solo project headlines, then I will be doing a raffle, and then again, the Canadian Mental Health will be getting the donation from that, and that will be that location. So if it's Calgary, it's Calgary branch, right? So that's something. So that's like this second new thing I did. And finally, another first time is going up on this stage with wireless. I I never did that before. I had no clue if it's gonna work out. We had some trouble with guitars. Like our guitar wireless was like interfering with each other, and we're like, no. But one of the wireless for guitar worked out, so that was good. But my mic was clean. It was coming through clear. Like there was no problem, no interference. It worked out overall perfect. So yeah, so as you can see, like this show was, it's just more than a show. Like to me, this show was about, bringing everybody together, celebrating life. And that's the similar message that I had on the stage as well, that, this is the time where we come together. We don't argue. We don't like, go into any kind of discussion about anything. We just basically enjoy our life. We were stuck in house for 2 years. Like it's crazy. It's like 2021 is ending. 2022 is coming in, and with the restrictions and everything, it sounds like we're gonna have some kind of situation like that again, right? So I wanted to make sure that we're having fun, and that's exactly what I did. I got off the stage here's the thing. Everybody that listening, keep that in mind. The moment you have a wireless microphone, that's your freedom. Like you can just go anywhere in the venue, interact with everybody, and give a good experience to your audience. I was able to make new fans there, like people that never heard of me. They came down and they were listening to it. They're like, "Holy cow, this is pretty good!" So it's a good thing. And but yeah, I was able to get off the stage, get in the crowd, sing around, have fun. Like it's the celebration of life. That it was. It's a celebration of life. That's how that should be the tagline of the concert.
Yeah. And on top of this being your first show for your solo project and doing the raffle, on top of all that, you also had your other band backing you for the show. How was it to have those guys behind you for the show as well?
They were the greatest. Like the level of dedication these guys has is amazing. Like it's amazing what the amount of dedication these guys has. Like the moment this opportunity came, I asked them, I'm like, guys, hey, I got this opportunity. It's gonna go under my solo project. I would like to have all of you with me, because we already like been playing together for a year already. By then, when Coors Event Center reached out to me, and we were still Behind the Days wasn't introduced yet. Like we haven't made an announcement. That time we decided this opportunity came. And when I asked them, they're like, man, why are you even asking us? Like, we will give our 110% and we will put up a show. And doesn't matter it's Behind the Days, doesn't matter it's Zaid, we will put up a show. And that's exactly what happened. They learned my songs. They like, it was like, it's such a different experience when you like teaching your song to somebody and you're like, no, you're not playing it right. That's how, because you know how you played it in the record, how you know how you played it in the studio, but like when you're teaching somebody and they're like not playing the same, I'm like, ugh. That was a challenging for me for like a little bit in the beginning, but I was able to let it go. Like I understood that what, everybody's playing style is different. My influence comes from metal genre, or like metalcore and prog rock, like those kind of side. Like that's where my influences comes into. Where my guitarists or the musicians that I'm working with, they also listen to metal, but those are classic metals, like Iron Maiden and stuff, and then they listen to like Journey, like those classic stuff. They're like more, yeah. So the playing wise is different. So I had to let them go, and they mastered it. They mastered it. They did right to the songs. Like it sounded awesome. Like on the stage when I heard like when they started playing the riff of the Father, I'm like, it sounds like the record. It sounds like the how I recorded it. It's like pretty awesome. It's almost felt like I'm playing it, even though I wasn't playing guitar most of the time on this stage because I wanted to have that freedom of moving around. So it was surreal to have those guys. They're talented. Honestly, I call them the Saskatchewan's finest. That's what I call them, to be honest.
Yeah. And also, like, you are in this other band, like, you're the singer. So can you just tell me a little bit about Behind the Days? What kind of music do you guys play? Stuff like that.
So Behind the Days, we came together in end of 2020. Yeah, end of 2020 we came together. We started we met. Actually, we met at a rock program. So I was like bored at home, so I'm like, you know what? Let's see what Long and McCoy is having, and they have this rock program. So I went there. I already knew Josh Daly, who's the lead guitarist. I knew his dad, Brad, and his dad was was suggesting that, hey, you know what? Why don't we come together and do something as a band? I never had any interest, but one day Josh took the initiative to push it and say like, hey, you know what? All right, this group of people that were in this rock program, we all are young and we're connecting well. Why don't we do something? And that I wasn't for it in the beginning. Because I had some bad experiences with bands in the past, and that's the reason I went away from that path and started my solo project, right? So when he asked for it, honestly, it didn't took me a long time to say yes. For some reason, I don't know why. It was this instinct feeling. It was like, let's do it. Let's get out and let's do it. And we got together. We figured out our name in 2020, beginning middle of 2020, like I guess 2021 this summer. We figured our name, what our name is gonna be, because we were ready to get out. The reason why we chose Behind the Days, because our song is the songs that we're writing, it's a little bit experimental, like from the theory wise, like how the story of those songs, like how we're doing it, like we're touching different side. Like one thing that I had to make sure is that both project doesn't have like similar kind of storyline or similar kind of things that we're touching, right? And for me, that's like very, very difficult, but it took me a while, but I was able to kind of put those two projects in two different lanes and be like, okay, it's not gonna clash with each other, that's for sure. When it's coming to Behind the Days, we're focusing on like, for example, Life, that song that we wrote. We actually wrote 3 songs, so Life, Trapped, and what is it called, Flare. So Life and Trapped is basically like an ongoing story. So Life is about, like, it's about when a disaster happens. Like, we took Hiroshima, the nuclear bomb blast, like we took that as a reference, and we took, okay, so lots of people passed away, but there were lots of people who were affected, who were like, in a long term of their life, they couldn't move, or they had some kind of complication with their health and body and stuff. So we wanted to touch that, and that's where the Life came. And Trapped is basically afterlife. And we watched this video as a band. We were like doing weird research on YouTube. Like, this is the weirdest thing. We did this weird research about life and afterlife and the rebirth. We kind of looked into that, and that's how Trapped. So when it's come to the concept wise, it's more experimental. It's different. And as per from genre, it's rock. But what are we looking in is that, can we bring back some of those classic flavors? Because the biggest thing is that these guys are so experienced in classic rock. We wanted to bring some of the flavor back in. We wanted to bring in like mashup of like, okay, if we do a song like Iron Maiden, but we wanna blend in with, let's say, Journey, maybe. I don't know. Like, it's kind of like a weird theory that we're bringing in, right? All right, I sing like I have thrash vocal, okay, but like Van Halen doesn't have thrash vocal in his songs. So can we mix that? we did. Like the Flare, that third song we wrote, we actually closed that cruise event performance with that song. We actually gave a like exclusive look of those songs as well. And it is actually almost like a blend between Van Halen with if it's mashup with, let's say, I don't know, with Linkin Park or Chris Cornell or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like it worked out, and that's the amazing thing about Behind the Days is that as a band, five of us are so different, different from style wise, from singing to playing to everything, ideas and vision. It's very different, and that's what connecting us very well.
And how about goals as a band? Like, what are your guys' like main priorities to reach as a band?
At this moment, our focus is both the project, both Behind the Days and both Zaid. This both project is our focus. Our plan is that this both project will walk side by side. We are not gonna be pushing one on the side and then just focus on other. That's not the case. We are gonna be focusing on both. As for a band, we see ourselves breaking the barrier. Like we just don't want to be in Saskatchewan. We want to move forward in a global reach. And this vision came from we actually took this vision from my project, because when I started my solo project, that was one of my primary thing, that, hey, you know what, I just don't want to be known in Saskatchewan. I want to be known in other countries globally, and which helped with market. Like I know marketing side very well, so I did market my solo project quite hard, which like actually ended up giving me audience from Mexico, and I don't speak Spanish, and everybody I had like people reaching out from Mexico, like my majority of the people is from Mexico, and then some part of Brazil and Argentina and those side, and US and other countries are there, but that's like the main hub. But with that marketing strategy, I was able to prove that, you know what, if I can implement this strategy to this band as well, we can do the same. So as this moment for the band, that is the goal, that we want to, number one, we want to create a global reach as for audience. Number two, the quality and the quality over quantity. We just don't want to get out and release 10 songs and be like, okay, that's quantity, but the quality of the music or quality of the music video, where that comes into play. That's coming from my solo project too. Like on my solo project, I heavily focus on how the sound works. Like I'm working with Jared Robinson from Nebulous Entertainment. He's this amazing producer. Like he's out of this world. Like you take the demos to him and he just kills it. Like he just take it to the next level. Every time I listen to every song that he has done with me so far, it doesn't sound the same as the demo was made. So that's the quality, the sound quality. Then also, like, I'm working with, there are a few other people that I'm working with for music videos right now for my upcoming release. I cannot announce that yet because it's kind of still a secret, but I'm pretty excited about it. But that's the quality. Like even for my release music, like I worked with Jared again for the music video for Father. My best friend Sean, he made the Nevertheless music video with the graphics and stuff. So like it's always focus is gonna be, regardless which project it is, the focus is pretty strong. It's that we have to look at the quality. If the quality is good, we're gonna bring it out. We're not gonna try to make a full-length album right now. It doesn't make any sense. We wanna build up our reputation, and eventually for Behind the Days, the goal is that Behind the Days does want to sign with a record label. That's the goal. Where for my solo project, I haven't made up my mind yet about it. That's something that I'm still kind of revisiting myself. If some offer comes in, I'll revisit that whenever that happens. But as for Behind the Days, the whole band wants to sign with record labels, and each member has their own favorite record labels. And I'm like, well, we'll just send things and see if that works. Yeah. That's basically what the goal is right now, and play as many shows possible. Like, let people know that Behind the Days there is a band from Regina, that we exist. And we are playing on November 13th at Exchange. We are opening up for two bands, Metal Theater, who we opened up last time in Cloud9. It was like last month, I believe, or the month before. And then there is another, what is it called? Magnetica, I believe. Yeah, Magnetica. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the one. They're the headliner. So yeah, it's exciting. We're getting ready for that. We want to put up a show. That's how we see it. Doesn't matter the venue size. We're gonna put up a show.
Yeah. And you'd mentioned that you guys played a show at Cloud9 like about a month ago. How did that go?
It was good. It was amazing. It was a good trial before the Coors event. To be honest, that gave us so much confidence and an idea what we want to do on stage. Before we went up on that stage, we had so many plans. Okay, we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do this during the solo. Like it was like choreographed. Like that's how we've been practicing. Like we see our stage presence as like a any theater you go to watch, like any kind of like any kind of drama or anything that you go to watch, it's happening in front of you live, and they have like they know which part of the stage they're gonna use, when they're gonna go to that part of the stage, when they're gonna move around. So we did everything, but guess what? The moment we went to Cloud9, it just like okay, the stage is not that big. Definitely, all those things that we planned not gonna work. So it was a good realization. Cloud9, the crowd was amazing, and luckily that was just the day before, I believe, before the mask mandate came in. So everybody, we were able to see people's face, and we were able to like come together and sing along. So it was amazing, and it gave us that boost that we needed for Coors event. That we can go into Coors event and we can do the same and kill it. That's how we're gonna continue.
And whether you're writing or going on stage to perform, kind of where do you draw your inspiration from? Like if it's certain bands or artists or just in general?
I my biggest influence, especially for my singing, is Linkin Park. I guess Chester Bennington and Chris Cornell. Like these are the two singers that I look up to a lot. And then also Miles Kennedy from Alter Bridge. I'm a huge Alter Bridge fan. If you guys can see, there's like a big thing there, signed poster. I got to meet them once, so it was like amazing. And Breaking Benjamin as well. I draw inspiration from them. And what I did in the last couple before the COVID, I did actually went out for multiple concerts and multiple meet and greet. Like I met with Alter Bridge, met with Breaking Benjamin, right? I wish I could have met with Linkin Park or Chris Cornell. That would have been like amazing. But I have watched their live videos all the time and saw like what they does and things, and that's where I draw my attention. And I got to ask some musicians. Like I had a Q&A with In Flames, and I asked In Flames like what do you guys do before the show, like how do you get prepared for it, and they gave so much information. And anybody that watching this video right now, I will suggest that if you have the opportunity to see those, like meet those bands, don't just go and take a picture, go and ask them a question, because
Yeah.
holy cow, like the things that they will say. Like I met with Mark Tremonte, like from Alter Bridge, and he's like the idol for me, and I look up to this guy so much on guitar, like for guitar inspiration so much. Like it's amazing. I talked with him about like because he was a guitarist as well, and then now he's singing on his own solo project. And when I met him, I haven't like started my solo project yet. I'm still kind of working on the back, and I was scared. And I met with him, I talked with him, and I told him that, hey, you know what, this is something I'm doing. How did you overcome your fear? And he told me, and he gave me that inspiration to be confident and get out there. So yeah, if you guys are listening, make sure you meet those bands, even one. Just meet them. Don't take just picture and get off the stage. Ask them question. Ask a specific question that will add value to your career, like your dream to move forward. Like it's huge for me. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's where my inspiration comes. And I listen to a lot of Linkin Park, especially before I get up on the stage. I just crank up the Hybrid Theory, and it just plays. Like even when I was going to Saskatoon, I think I played Hybrid Theory like 10 times already, and people in the car was like mad at me. It's like, dude, come on, there's other songs in the world. I'm like, no, I need the energy.
There's that one certain song that just gets you like excited, and I get it. I totally get that.
One thing that I listen before getting up on the stage is Point of Authority. That's a really good one. And then Faint. These are the two songs. Like it gets my blood pumping. It's just like, yeah, let's go. Because the first line of point of authority is forfeit the game before somebody take you out of the game. So that kind of gives me the kick. Is, you know what? I don't want to forfeit. I'm gonna move forward. I'm not gonna let anybody kick me out. And that's where the energy comes in. So yeah.
Yeah. And how about for the rest of this year and going into 2022? Kind of what are your plans for your solo project and also for your band as well?
Yeah, so solo project and for band, we are going into the studio. I'm just waiting to hear back from Jared a little bit, most likely between October and, I guess we are in October today already. Somewhere in late, end of October or November, we'll be getting in for recording songs for both projects. So that's going to be kicking in. Also, I am doing collaboration with different musicians. There is a band called Rotten Apple. They are from California. So they are partnering up with one song with me. And I'm also collaborating with Chris. He's a guitarist. He's in Toronto. He's a guitarist of Red Handed Denial. And he reached out to me, and we actually been working on this song close to a year now. We just haven't got the chance of recording it, so we're going to be recording those. As for release comes, so remaining of the year, we're not going to release anything. The idea is that we're just going to keep on crushing, doing shows and stuff. Next year the goal is that we're going to start releasing music. If you can see that whiteboard here, this is actually the workflow board. It has all the songs name. I'm pretty sure it's not clear, so that's good. All the work is all on the go. For my solo project, I have total of 14 songs that I'm planning to release, and these are final after writing hundreds of songs. These are the best 14 that I pulled out. And I'm excited to show these songs because I did challenge myself as a musician to push it a little bit further, bring in different sound, different flavor to my singing, and make it different. I don't want to have my every song sound similar. Not thinking of any album, that's for sure. The plan is still a single, and this is gonna be for Behind the Days and Zaid project. Both we're gonna be strictly singles after singles, and that's it. For my solo project, I have a plan that I maybe after releasing 6 or 7 songs, I might do a short EP, 3-song EP or something like that. Because lots of my fans have requested that, hey, you know what, can we have a CD or vinyl record? And this is the most amazing thing, how vinyls are coming back. The time is turning around, it's coming back. It's the new cool thing. And everybody's asking me, and I'm like, I have no idea. I have no clue, man. I'm a one-man show. I'm trying to do everything. I getting a vinyl and designing everything. It's going to be crazy for me. But as for both project, idea is 2021 we just basically wrap it up with any shows and recording, and 2022 we kick off everything. When in 2022, that is something still we are kind of juggling around, trying to figure out what will work for us, because both project, when it's come down to the financial side, is a bit different. Because when it's come to solo project for myself, I can go in and invest my own money to do it and don't have to worry about, asking 4 other people that, hey, do you want to chip in or do you want it? But when it's come down to the band project, you have to respect their situation as well, and if they can afford that. So it's definitely different. That's what I'm saying. The both projects are in different lanes, but they're gonna move forward together. And as the frontman, my goal is to make sure that they're not none of the project gets sideways or anything like that. It's gonna move straight. We're not gonna take any pause or anything like that. 2022 is an exciting year. That's all. In 2022, I'm pretty sure in 2022 we're gonna have another interview like this, and I'll be able to happily be able to tell you, hey, you know what? Here's the exclusive look. Here's the song. This is what it is. And can I actually have it? And maybe my band can be here, and we can have a band interview, in-person interview, even hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be a cool thing.
Yeah. In-person interviews are always much better, but gotta roll with what we got.
Oh yeah. Zoom is fine, it's fine. Looking through the camera is okay. Sometimes you just look at the camera, then sometimes you look down, and it's no, I like in person. I like that, human interaction.
Yeah. I agree. But this will do for now.
Yeah. Yeah. But yes, in a nutshell, 2022 is a year of release. All the dates and everything, it's still to be determined. And there are lots of exciting announcements as well, too. These announcements are gonna be huge.
Cool. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you guys got coming out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So thank you so much for coming on the show today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me, and thanks to everyone for watching this interview. Hopefully, I was able to add some value for you guys. And if you feel that like if you have any question how you want to start your solo project or any project, if you want to start your own project, what to do and what not to do, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Honestly, I've been grinding for my solo project since 2018, even before that, 2017, and I did not release my music until 2020. So it was a good amount of grind. I took courses, I took classes, I did lots of research to understand how the market works, or at least the marketing works, because honestly, the marketing is the biggest powerhouse for your music, and that's the best thing that can do for your music. So feel free to reach out to me, message me to Instagram, Facebook, wherever you want. And, take a listen to my songs. And Zaid Project has all the songs on Spotify, YouTube, and everywhere. My first song is Father, so listen to that. That's that's actually one of the popular ones. So take a listen to it. And Behind the Day song should be releasing, fingers crossed, pretty soon, 2022. And Victoria, thanks so much for having me. This was an amazing interview. And as I said, the moment I'm ready to release stuff, gonna be back.
For sure.
Yeah, gonna give you guys an exclusive look through that.